What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react to some Canadian TikToks. It is time once again to take a look at some popular short internet videos all about Canada. And, with the TikToks, you never really know what you're gonna see or what you're gonna get or what you're gonna learn about Canadian culture by watching these, but that's also part of the fun. So let's take a look here. Starting with, it says a boy falls from a chairlift at Whistler in Canada? A boy falls from a chairlift. Can I show this? Is this okay? Oh my god. Oh my god. And they have the thingy. The thingy. The thing that you pull it out and it's like a soft landing pad. I didn't know they actually did that. I've only seen this in like cartoons and stuff. So he has to jump? He has to... Oh my god. Round of applause for the Canadian snow rescue team. I guess in Canada, you guys have like a lot of snow. You probably have a big skiing, snowboarding scene. You guys are used to, performing under pressure like this, rescuing skiers. That's crazy. Talk about a leap of faith. Oh my god, I'd be terrified to do that, let alone a little child. Good for them. That looked like I'd be worried like that mat is kind of gonna hurt when you hit it, but they did a great job. It looks like he's fine. Oh my god. All right. Letting your kid play with a revolving door at the US-Canada border? What? So this is at the US-Canada border? Like, which one? There's a revolving door? It just works like that? Like you're going inside a restaurant or something?
Country. No, really, you are. You can't come back.
What? This boy was playing with the revolving doors at the US border and accidentally went to Canada. No. What? What?
Why would you do that?
Is this real? Is this real?
You can't.
It only goes one way. How did he... What? No. Is this real? I feel a little stupid, like if this is fake. Shouldn't there be like a border patrol officer or somebody there who has to like check your passport or something, right? Can you just wander into Canada like this by like, oops, sorry, Dad. Sometimes I spill my milk. Sometimes I fall off the slide. I accidentally went into Canada and I'm stuck forever now. No big deal. What? How? I don't know if this is real. I hope it's not. And I hope this didn't cause some kind of international escalation. We've had enough of those already. When your Canadian accent accidentally slips out... Okay, because Canadians, like, whether you want to admit it or not, there's no reason to be bashful about it. Canadians, for us Americans, you guys have an accent. It is what it is. So why would you try to hide it? Like, I don't even know why you'd even care. It's like a cool part of Canadian culture. Anyway, if you're trying to hide your accent, I don't know, blend in with Americans, I don't know. When your accent slips out, okay?
Yo, what did you get from the store?
Oh, I got some celery, I got some cereal,
Okay.
and I got a bag.
A bag? A bag of milk? Sorry, bud. How about that? Eh?
Unfortunately, I actually think this is what it would be like if you're a Canadian and you have like a close American friend. I actually think this would happen. If you dare say, how do you say it? Like bag? Bag? Anyway, if you accidentally said bag or sorry or something like that, you better believe we'd be like, what was that? It's like, I don't even know why we think that's so funny. It's like, to other parts of the world, Americans probably sound funny, right? So, okay. This is a guy being followed by a grizzly bear in Banff National Park. What do you mean? What do you mean you're being followed by a grizzly bear?
Still follow me, but you gotta remain calm.
What?
Don't run.
What? What? This looks real to me. This is in Banff? Is this normal to like come across grizzly bears in Canada? Also, if and when this happens to you, is your first reaction to pull out your cell phone and start filming it? Because I'm glad he did, because now I get to react to it. So thank you. But seriously, he has spray. He has spray.
You stop for.
What?
Still follow me,
It's been following him.
but you gotta remain calm and
Okay.
don't run.
I'm listening like I'm ever going to be in this situation. I hope not. You remain calm. Don't run. You have his bear spray out. This bear is just like scarily stalking him like a horror movie or something. That's crazy. I hope he's okay. There's no follow-up to that video. Some say he's still out there just backing up with a can of bear spray. The bear is still following him to this day, some people say. Legend has it. This is a day in the life as a Canadian. Okay.
Here's a day in the life as a Canadian. I start my day off right by gargling with a shot of maple syrup.
Yeah.
Then I change out of my PJs and into my Canadian tuxedo.
How did that even... I've heard of a Canadian tuxedo. How did that even become a thing? Like, why is that the Canadian tuxedo? Like, denim. Do you guys have some kind of historical attachment to anyway, I don't know, but so far I'm not seeing... This is not even a comedy skit, right? This is just like... This is a short little documentary. This is what it's like in Canada, right? You did the shot of syrup and...
I then pledge my allegiance to Wayne Gretzky, Terry Fox, and my signed Justin Bieber poster. Sorry, didn't mean to flex on you
That really is a signed Justin Bieber poster. Wow.
there. By 10 a.m., I am on my 13th double-double from Timmy Hose. I then spend 2 hours practicing...
I really hope some Canadians call it...
2 hours practicing
I hope you call it Timmy Hose. I've never heard that.
my sorry-A's. Sorry about that, bud. Sorry, eh? Hey, I'm sorry.
It's like going to the gym. You got to get in that... Yeah, sorry, eh? Sorry. What does that even mean? You're asking if you're sorry? If you say "a" after sorry, you're like, sorry, eh? Like, you're asking for acknowledgement of the sorry? I'm analyzing this way too much right now.
Sorry about that. Oh, sorry, bud. Didn't see you there. After lunch, I watch reruns of The Red Green Show, and I also complete my weekly task of retaping my hockey stick.
Okay.
Before I go to bed, I check that the True North is still strong and free.
I don't get it. Where's the joke? Where's the joke? I don't get it. That was just all facts. That was just a normal Canadian day, right? I don't get it. Why was that there? This says a woman slips while shoveling snow. Are we about to laugh at someone else's misfortune? I am, I think. Oh my God.
What? Throw it into the wind.
Don't throw it into the wind so it blows back in your face. Pro tip right there. Just looking at what it's like. Where are they in Canada? Like, I've never encountered foot-high snow in real life, ever. I feel like this is what it's like. You got to like pry your door open and shovel a path out of there, right? I guess if you're in Canada, this is what you got to do.
It's all intimate. Chucky, go.
Oh my God. Look at her go.
Oh my god.
No! Oh my God. No. No, this is... Look at the picture that I freezed it on. Look at that. I froze it on the perfect... How did she go from just this lively, just full of life Canadian woman shoveling snow, back of steel, and then I freeze it here, I pause it, and she looks like a corpse. You know, I don't want to be rude, but she looks like a mummy. Like, how did it all happen so quickly?
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
Can somebody, I know we're all having a laugh here, but in this situation, do you help them? I don't know if this is his wife, if he wants to maintain a good relationship with his wife, he might help her out, I don't know. He's gonna keep filming, which I don't mind. Definitely don't help. Oh my God.
Here.
How do you come back from this? What do you even do?
Slippery.
Hey, whoa,
Doing that.
careful.
Oh my god.
Okay. That's just Canadian life right there, I guess. Oh my God, that would suck. But at least they got it on camera. At least. This says, immigrant when you're in Canada trying to use milk bags. So if you're not Canadian, if you're new to Canada and you're trying to open a milk bag, which I don't even really know how this works.
Don't do it.
Okay, that's right. You have like a dedicated milk pitcher, a milk pourer. You put the bag in that. You cut the corner. And you pour it. Oh. Is there a technique to this? How do you pour it without spilling? Oh, it just looks like it looks like a fish. Like a tail of a fish. It just goes out of control. How do you do this?
Don't do it.
What's the secret? I think you have to be Canadian to know how to properly pour a bag of milk, or even say that sentence. Traveling as a Canadian in 2025. You have your passport out. Okay. All right. Well, fine. Yeah. I've heard about this a bit. If you're Canadian and you're traveling, the last thing you want is to be confused for an American. So you got your passport out. Oh, I don't know why I'm holding this. Just, oh, yeah, I'm Canadian. Yeah, that's what it says. You know, just happened to be there. Are there Canadians out there? If you travel, have you been mistaken for Americans? Like, what if you go to Europe or something? They can't tell, and like, has this happened to people or Canadians out there where you've either been mistaken for an American and it's annoying, or you have Canada maple leaf on your clothing and stuff, and you're trying to show? Are you really like going through all this effort to show? Because I mean, I get it, like, because Americans have kind of a bad rep, especially now. This says Canada living next door to the United States. This is if Canada lived next door to the United States, which you guys you do, but this is like a metaphor. You're listening in. What's going on over there in America? You got your chips? Is that a good analogy for Canadians? Like, when you're... I've heard that when Canadians like watch our elections, it's kind of like a sporting event to you. It's like entertainment. but not really, because as we have seen, it has real world consequences for Canada, what we do and stuff. But this, for the metaphor here, it's like Canadians are like, you're the neighbor, just like listening to the next door neighbor going like, my God, what are they doing? What are they doing in there? My God. And then they're being kind of annoying and noisy, and then you just kind of leave it alone and try to ignore it. Maybe this is a really good metaphor, actually. Meanwhile, in Calgary, what's going on in Calgary? Got a truck. Oh my God. What? What? Is this what it's like in Calgary? This is like, you have to understand, as an American, I have a very limited exposure to Calgary. I don't know what's going on there. This is one of the only things I've seen. This is my frame of reference for Calgary. Oh my God. I feel bad for this guy, but why was his wheel hanging on? Like, was it held together by paper clips? Is this guy okay? Look at this retro. I like his ice cream truck, to be honest. I like it. You just gotta get your wheel on better, man. You're not gonna make many sales doing that. Canadian trivia. Okay, why not?
Do you know what the official names are of people from these 4 Canadian cities? What are people from Vancouver called?
Okay, what are people from Vancouver called? A Vancouvan? Would that be right? Like a Vancouvan?
Vancouverites.
Vancouverite? Alright. Sure, I mean, there's a couple different ways you do this, right? That's one. Okay, Vancouverite. It's a little more clunky in the mouth. Vancouverite. Can barely say it. But who am I? I know, I'm just some American guy. Who am I to judge, or I don't get to determine these things. But it should be Vancouvan.
And people from Edmonton?
Edmonton? Edmontite. Edmontonian.
Edmontonians.
No way. All right. Approved.
What about people from Yellowknife?
What? Does everybody have a name in Canada? If you're from some random town in America, you don't get your own little name. Yellowknife. Yellowknifer? That sounds wrong.
Knifers.
Okay. Knifers. Sounds like a sports team that you wouldn't want to play against.
Contrary to popular belief, that is not what we call people from Winnipeg. And lastly, what are people from Toronto called?
Toronto? Wouldn't that be a Torontonian? That flows.
That's right. Twats.
Oh my God. I walked right into that one. I don't... What do you even say to that? I'm American. I don't have any stake in the perception of Toronto. But I'm sure Toronto has a lot of nice people. And maybe a couple of those. I don't know. Is this some kind of Canadian stereotype? Do Canadians outside of Toronto not like Torontonians? Or... I wasn't expecting that, but I think that means that perfect place to end. That was funny. This was really fun, kind of surprising. I'm a little confused about some things about Canada, but overall, I feel like I learned some things too. Things you can only learn on TikTok, I swear. So I enjoyed this. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like, or leave a comment with your thoughts on any of these Canadian TikToks, any explanations, any context or thoughts. That'd be really cool to hear, especially from Canadians out there. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and seeing Canadian things I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.